Since when do you listen to K-pop?
Well, I started in 2012. My first group was 21. I found out about 21 in a magazine that was called Bravo. There was a full page about them and about the members and the music and the music videos, and I found that so colorful and so fun and so different. I went straight to YouTube to search some songs. The first song I listened to was Clap Your Hands by 21, and it's really a song about just having fun and about Korea and about K-pop, and it really draw me to go and find more songs, and I just like grew from group to group. I started with 21, and then I heard Big Bang and G Dragon and EXO and FX, and I just explored like all the bands and all the companies to find out what I liked and what I didn't like. And yeah, it's been a while.
So, do you know K-pop? Um, how it started, who started, when did it started? You know all the story because now you listen to some groups that are our generation, but it didn't start it now.
No, K-pop started about like in the 80s, 90s, and the music industry didn't grow normally like in the Western. The music industry, the Korean music industry, grew from a really visual culture because music was brought to people by television, and by bringing music to people on the television, they really had to get on the visual level of music. So that's why they have such a strong like a visual component to the videos, to the lyrics, to the costumes, to the even like nowadays and back then and nowadays, companies still hire artists based some companies, not all of the companies, but a lot of companies hire artists to form groups based on their looks because they have to make sure people are attractive to so when people see them on TV, they will like their visual component also. They really get into the music, but they do a lot of work in the visual component. And that's why a lot of the music videos are really colorful and crafted and look like really expensive stuff to direct because they really put work in the visual component of music industry. That's
Um, so, as you said, most of the bands are full of dance, audiovisual elements, color. They are like they transmit you some energy, and it's always a good one. Um, do you think it's one of the things that marks the difference between our popular songs and the K-pop songs? And do you think it's like the most attractive things in the K-pop genre?
I think that sometimes besides the music, because K-pop music is good, but besides the music, sometimes the visual component also kind of draws you to like the music even more because if they take time to create a story, to create all these visual concepts around it, it becomes more you become more like drawn to interact with it, to explore it, to like it, and that's really like that's really good. That's why they invest so much in that. It's like it's something that really draws people in, I guess.
So you mentioned some bands. Which one are your favorites?
My favorites, I would say, like ever since the beginning, ever since their debut, I've liked them. Is BTS because they are really popping up right now, but they were really good in the beginning and they are better right now. But I really like them. I really like their concept and the passion they show, not just through their music, but also to their fans, to their passion of like putting themselves up there and just be like really inspirational to everyone to spread positivity. BTS is my favorite male group, but if we talk, for example, about one of my favorite groups that was my first group, 21, they were a girl band. What I really also liked about them was the message, because if you look at a lot of K-pop girl bands, they all look like too cute, and they just want to look adorable, and every song is about love, and that's kind of like a standard sometimes. And to find out like there's this group like 21 that talks about female empowerment, and sometimes like they talk like they have songs about not needing a man to be independent and strong, and like more serious themes to also explore messages like that. It's also really interesting. So I would say that my favorite groups are BTS and 21, although 21 already disbanded. So I would say like my favorite current main group is BTS.
Since you talked about the message that they transmit in their songs, um, it's Korean, and a lot of cultures and a lot of people don't know how to talk Korean and don't understand Korean. And I don't know, but I guess you don't understand Korean. Uh, but there's a lot of platforms and there's a lot of fans that actually put the word to translate, and more now you can hear to their songs that are actually translated, so you now you can know what does the message mean. Does it like does it the message push you to listen to the music even more than the visual effects, than the fact that you love the group? Does it like makes you feel love them even more just because they send true messages in their songs?
Yes, because that's the thing. It's not you when you like a K-pop band. You don't have to like them just because they're cute, just because their music videos are attractive and visual, and because that's a really worked up thing there. You have to get into and to make the effort to understand the message and to understand the lyrics and where they are coming from, and to like see interviews with the artists, to see what are their inspirations, or to go to see the translations in Korean. It's really interesting because sometimes in a different language they say things and they express feelings that you wouldn't express that way in your culture. But it's like sometimes I feel like they express things in a really beautiful way. They do like different. They have different meanings of things, and sometimes to go in the cultural context and to understand the meaning they give to certain things and to certain feelings, it's really interesting because that way you get a whole nother view of the world, and you understand, well, maybe there's something different for me out there. Maybe I feel like this and this person feels like that, and if you are in a different culture, it's not the same thing, it's not the same feeling. If people don't understand, they just have to make a little effort to go and read the translation, and they will get that there are really beautiful messages that they can draw inspiration from. And that, like, you can just listen to a song and go see the translation, and that will not burn your eyes or like melt your ears. No, you will just be inspired by that, and that's really great because it's a different way of seeing how things are portrayed and made, and that's really interesting, I guess.